ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my second 70's music walk and talk. And I'm trying out a new gooseneck window mount that I bought at, I think it was TJ Maxx, one of those stores like that. And I'm kind of liking it. It. I don't know how it'll work when I drive. It seems to bounce around a little bit, but anyways, just quickly, it's Saturday morning. I thought I'd go out and test this. But yeah, talking about the '70s music. Oh man, I can't explain my evolution with '70s music until I talk about my little trio that I got involved in from I think sophomore year in high school. But anyways, I talked a little bit about my friend Dick, who we formed a trio with. But so I guess by the time we met, I went to elementary school with him all the time, but the first time we got together musically, by this time my neighbor to the back, Nolan, had taught me how to play Needle and the Damage Done by Neil Young, and I was getting the hang of finger picking, and I was starting to really love the music and everything. But then we went into 10th grade, or sophomore year in high school. Dick was involved in, I think he was there before I was, in the folk club. There was a folk club up there, and he said, let's join the folk club. And whether it was before this or simultaneous, or I don't remember exactly the timeline, but Dick used to, we would go to his house, and he would train me to hold on to a melody. He would do these beautiful high harmonies, like, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young. Graham Nash was like his hero for his high harmonies. And about the same time, we had another friend join us, Greg. I think we'd worked together at Marie Callender's first, and we met there, or I can't remember exactly, or at Folk Club, whatever reason we formed a trio, and we started doing all these Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young tunes, and other stuff, Dan Fogelberg, and I always felt like I was the weak link in this little trio, but we began to harmonize and do three-part harmonies and become quite what's the word, in high demand. Dick was like somehow the business manager of our little trio. And he would get all these gigs. About this time, we started to perform down at Trolley Square, and then I think our debut was an assembly at a folk club assembly at our high school. And then, Dick would get us into all kinds of little things. I don't know how he did it. It was like, people must have started coming to him and say, oh, we'll sing at my thing, do this, that, and the other. And then I remember on Girls' Choice Dance, I can't remember what they called it, somebody had asked Dick to sing a song for his, he wanted to ask a girl out. I didn't even know the person we did this for, but I guess he wanted to ask a girl out to girls. No. This was not Girls' Choice. It was a prom or something like that. Some school dance, big school dance. And we went into the classroom in our high school, and I guess they got prior approval from the teacher to let us sneak in there and sing this song, Dan Fogelberg, Looking for a Lady, to ask this girl out on. So we snuck in there and sang that. And then I think one time we went into the band room, had a I was it choir or band. They must have had a kind of a talent show day, and they brought us in there. Well, I think Greg was a madrigal singer, which meant, yeah, I think it had to do with him. Got us in there, and we did a little trio, and then when we were, I think, seniors in high school or juniors, one of the older classmen was getting married, and young married, and then he asked us to sing at his wedding down at the something church down on downtown. Only we sang I think the wedding song or something, some song we had to learn to perform this, and then some other girl that lived up Immigration Canyon. I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. Stuff. Want to see. Anyway, I don't want to offend anybody, but I think it was Christiansen or Christiansen or something like that. Can't remember her first name. She's like a senior in high school or something, or maybe we sang at her wedding at Immigration Canyon. We getting all these little gigs that Dick would somehow set us up with. And then like a girls' camp up the canyons. Some church asked us to go sing up there. Anyways, we enjoyed that so much, but and we sang on, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, James Taylor, America. What else did we sing? I personally did a Neil Young solo or two. And about this time, I mean, I had so little confidence, and to sing in front of somebody, that was not something I wanted to do, but in a group, it didn't feel too bad. But my first solo performance was at the school. We had time release seminary, so right next to the school building was a church building that we'd go there for one period a day to have religious instruction. And we had, for some reason, I don't know, it was a talent show. No, I think it was just me. For some reason, I performed James Taylor's, I think, Fire and Rain. It was the first thing I ever did solo, and I was so nervous, and I was scared, but all this through Dick and Greg, boy, this was really a confidence builder. I don't know what being able to sing in front of people. And then I got to the point where I was like, I would prefer to sing in front of people than talk in front of people. So at my missionary farewell speech, I didn't have a whole lot to say or anything, I didn't know that much. I just didn't know that much. And I did talk a little bit. I give a short little speech, but as part of it, I also played James Taylor. What was that? Sunshine. On my way. One of his songs I think was off his Walking Man album, but one of those acoustic songs. I cringe at it now. Oh, and then at Missionary Fair, we started performing our after, was it after high school? Yeah, I guess it was after high school. Some of our friends started going on missions, and we would perform these Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young tunes in in church, and it makes me cringe now, but some good memories. Oh, and then just like about, I'm sorry, just I'm reminiscing and I'm enjoying this reminiscing, but like, oh, about a year ago, less than a year ago, I had to, I was asked to do something for church, so we chose a primary song, and I asked Dick to come down to my church and perform it with me. Everybody loved it. Again, it was a church song, which was very appropriate, but we kind of gave it in a Dan Fogelberg, David Crosby kind of mode, or what do you call it, flavor. But we loved all that music, and I still do. I just don't get to perform it very much, but I mean, I seem to have more time than everybody else. More time for that kind of stuff now. Anyway, so getting back to 70s music, the 70s was just so full of that kind of singer-songwriter kind of stuff, and we absorbed it all and enjoyed it all. It's just getting to 11 minutes, so I'll try to keep it to under 15 minutes, but it played heavily into our lives, and as we played that music, I was able to get a little bit of confidence, and I think that served me well. But I don't know, something about the acoustic guitar, the sound of, and particularly strumming too. I remember. Anyways, it was a good time to be alive, a good time to grow up in, and want to talk about. I've already talked 12 minutes, so I'll keep it to this. I won't talk more now, but I think one video I'll maybe devote to the Beatles, wear my Beatles t-shirt and talk about the Beatles and just what geniuses they are when it comes to songwriting. And then talk a little bit more about my favorite artists. But anyway, this is video number 2 on my series of the 70s music and a walk and talk. I called it the series my walk and talk, but I'm trying out this new gooseneck camera holder in my car, and I don't know if you call this walk and talk, but I'm out of the house, and maybe I'll try one when I'm actually driving and show you some of the neighborhoods around here. But anyways, thanks for listening, and hope to crank out another video soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.